Hey guys, Kurt here with NK Garage, and this week we got another Craftsman tool haul, again from eBay. I've got the eBay bug. I have been looking every single day, looking for some deals on some Craftsman tools. I have decided recently that I want to start putting together a personal collection of some of the interesting vintage pieces. This is actually two different hauls. The line is right here. We have haul number 1, vintage ratchets and ratchet accessories, and haul number 2 is more modern USA Craftsman though. So we'll start off with the old stuff. We've got a bunch of ratchets over here, and the thing that really caught my eye about this eBay lot were these 6 ratchets right here. We have 2 of these. These are from the 1950s, and these were made by Moore Forge back then. These are the double line V series before they had the part numbers. You may recognize this from a lot of old wrenches, ratchets, sockets, everything that they made for Sears at the time. And these ratchets are pretty cool. I don't come across too many of them. I mean, that's probably because of their age, but also because they were only made for a few years in the 50s. They have a lower tooth count. That was kind of just standard back then. I believe this one has a 22 tooth, and the 3/8 drive has a 20 tooth. But they're very well made. They're very heavy. And they definitely, these are good examples of some well-preserved ratchets, but they definitely were built to last. They have that raised panel style, kind of iconic for Craftsman, of course. I like the lever switch is very sturdy and is very firm and clicks in really well. It's peened over, kind of like snap-on ratchets. And then the 2 screws to take the ratchet apart are nice rather than the retaining clip that they had on the further models. So it's a very interesting piece. We have the 2 of them here. The 3/8 drive is also in pretty good shape. It's interesting to see these old ratchets. They have the oil ports. If anybody ever oiled these, I'm not sure. And they're pretty nice. There were 2 styles of these back in the day. They had one where it had a smooth center here, and then there's this slight indentation on these. I believe these were the later. I'm not really actually sure on that. Next up, we have the butterfly ratchets, and Sears actually called them that just because of the selector. And these were made from 1959 to 1966. I have had 1 or 2 of these before. I think they were just the 1/2-inch drive model, and they were so rusted and beat that I wasn't really interested in keeping them, so I did resell those on eBay for whatever I could get for them at the time. But we have 4 pieces here that are in really good shape. This is the 1/2-inch drive, of course. It's a lot like the previous model, except they started with the teardrop shape and they put on the accented selector switch, the butterfly switch. These, of course, are not as strong as these selectors, and over time a lot of these do snap off and are easily damaged when working. This sticks out pretty far and would get banged up when working in the engine bay or on whatever type project you were working on. So to find them like this with the selectors still intact and in such good shape, like the flex head one here, is really nice. These are nice to find. These ratchets are worth a little more than your normal Craftsman ratchets because they are more desirable for collectors and are kind of hard to find. And the flex head is definitely the most valuable of those. But we'll take a look at the 1/4 inch. It's very nice, for a ratchet made, 80 years ago, 60 years ago. It's in really good shape. They're all functioning. They're all, complete. They do not have any major rust or owner's marks on them. So these are going to make really cool pieces in my personal vintage Craftsman collection. The flex heads, in this shape, I think run on eBay for about $70 to $80. You know, that's definitely, you know, a valuable Craftsman tool. It only has 3 indentations here for the flex head. So you have straight, down, or up. You can, of course, you know, rotate it like this, but it's not actually kind of locked in there like that. I believe this was the first time Craftsman offered a flex head ratchet as well. Moving on, we have some of the more modern teardrop style with the quick release. These were maybe from the 70s. I'm not too sure. These are the V series with part numbers. I believe these were made by Eastco after Eastco bought out Moore Manufacturing, who was the one that made both of these ratchets over here. This one here is the 44975. Quick release is the bottom style where it pushes out the socket. And these 3 ratchets are functioning. They're not as nice as the other ones. That's okay, because I wasn't really looking for these. This one has some corrosion on the quick release and the selector, but it still works. This one is the 43784. This is the other style quick release, the ball. And then this one is the one where the quick release comes out of the bottom. And this one is the 43785, one part number away from this one. We got 2 speed cranks. I wasn't really interested in these, but of course they come with a lot. They're both the double line V series, probably made back in the, you know, 50s or 60s. We've got 3 of the sliding T-handle breaker bars. I believe these are made at various times. Like this one's a double line V. But this one I believe has a part number. Yeah, this is a single line V with the part number 4428. And the 1/4 inch is the older double line V. The 1/4 inch is in really good shape. You know, probably barely used, if ever. I don't think I've ever used a 1/4 inch breaker bar myself, so can understand why that's the way it is. This was really awesome to get. Whenever I can get a 2-foot long extension, I grab it. Of course, if it's USA made and a good brand. This one is in really good shape because sometimes these things are really, really beat on or banged on. It's like people had used them as a punch. I've seen them where they've all hammered down on the end to the point where you can't even, you know, stick your tool in there. But this one is in really good shape. USA made V series 44134. I've got a couple more 1/2 inch drive extensions here. This one here is a 10 inch and it's the older double line V. This one here is a 5 or 6 inch double line V. And then we have a single line V 44133 3-inch extension. And they're all in really good shape. Definitely have been kept well and not beat on. Continuing with the extensions up here, we have various 3/8 drive extensions. We have this 1/4 inch drive extension. 1/4 inch drive extension is the double line V, but in this one particularly, I don't know if you could see that on the camera, it's more like 2 dots. It's funny how that, you know, came out on these. This is in pristine condition. This is a 6-inch extension, and it's really nice. We've got 2 3-inch of the double line Vs, 1 6-inch of the double line V, and then we have some more modern. This one's a V series 44261, 6-inch, and this one is a V series 44262, the 10-inch. We got 3 breaker bars here. Have 2 probably 15-inch Craftsman breaker bars, you know, made by Moore Manufacturing, the forge company, with the double line V. In pretty good shape. This one is really nice for that age. I mean, definitely used, but it's not bent, hasn't been beat on. Doesn't look like somebody used a cheater bar on it, or at least not, you know, too often. This one's a little bit more used and has more surface corrosion and dust on it. Does look like this one has a little bit of a bend to it where it kind of tilts up on that angle. That could be. And overall, it's in all right shape. You know, for that age, not bad. It's interesting to see the two have different top designs. The one on the left is skinnier and the one on the right is made with thicker pieces there. The one on the left has the chromed anvil, but the one on the right has the black oxide. So this one is probably more modern, and this was probably more of an earlier model. They probably had problems with this breaking, so they made that thicker over time. And maybe they used a different steel for the anvil. Maybe those were also failing as well, so they might have done something different with that, or they just went for the different finish. That is lot number one. For lot number one, I paid $148, shipped to my house, fees and everything included in that price. There are 27 items, and that comes out to $5.48 per item. And that is nothing to pay for, you know, this ratchet, like I said, could be an $80 buy on eBay. These could be $30, $40, possibly $50 a piece. Probably more in the $30 to $40, given the condition. These guys here are probably in the $30 to $40 as well. You know, each of these is 15, 20 bucks. These are usually sell for about $15 each. Extensions, depends on what you're looking at, but you know, something like this could be 30 bucks. These could be 10 to 15 bucks. And you know, sometimes, a lot of times you can get a lot of smaller extensions like that for about 20 bucks. But you know, the breaker bars also 30, maybe 40 bucks. The smaller one, maybe 25. You know, it adds up. And you could definitely say that we got a good deal on all this stuff. Everything's worth at least that $5 price tag, but many of these items are worth a lot more. I will definitely be keeping these ratchets for my personal collection. I just think they're really cool and they're a really nice part of Craftsman history. The rest might go to individual resale on eBay to kind of recoup the costs and keep the tool hauls coming. So let's move on to tool lot number two. This was a lot I bought a couple weeks ago, and I saw it on eBay, buy it now under newly listed, and I kind of just jumped on it because everything here was in such good condition. A lot of these sockets look like they've never been used. They're all USA made. I think most of them are G series. A lot of them are inverted G series, which I believe those were made by Danaher at the time. I believe they bought out Eastco at some point. But they're good sockets. You know, when I started buying Craftsman tools, the G series was what they had in the store, and you know, I still have those sockets to this date. I don't think I've ever broken a G series socket, and I've used some of them quite heavily. We have two flex head sockets. This one here is a G series 7/16. Brand new almost, maybe used once, twice, if that. We have the 5/8 flex head socket, V series. Again, like new condition. We have basically a full set of SAE 12 points. This is 7/16 up to 7/8, I believe. Yep, that's a 7/8. All, you know, like new condition. Just need to add a 3/8 down here, I think. And there was an extra spark plug socket here, 5/8 spark plug. We have 12 point more SAE from 7/16 up to the 13/16. So most of a set coming there as well. So let's check out what's in the cases, because this is what really got me. I mean, one, I love getting these cases and they're in really good shape. But two, they came loaded with tools. This one here is SAE. Comes with a ratchet that is pretty pristine. It's a V series 43784. And I mean, just look at that thing. That is really in awesome shape. Somebody barely used this. The 7/8 socket is missing, but the rest of them are here. maybe used a couple times, some of them probably unused. Case is in pretty much perfect condition. You know, just light wear on the sticker really, but the plastic is really good. And then we got the metric set. Another ratchet in here. This is the Chinese ratchet. So that actually, I was shocked to turn that over and see that right now. Wonder if somebody swapped that out, or if this was at the time where they started sending some stuff overseas, because the case is made in USA and the sockets are all USA, but the ratchet is Chinese. And I know that because it is not stamped made in USA. They will always be stamped made in USA unless some of the older V-Series, well, they are marked made in Fortune USA. Sometimes some of those older double line V-Series stuff doesn't actually say USA on like the sockets. But yeah, these A codes, A, AH, I believe that's a Chinese ratchet. Then we have the 10 millimeter through the 17. 12 point, except the 11 millimeter has been swapped for a 6 point at some point. We have kind of random, but they give you a 13 millimeter and a 15 millimeter deep 12 point, or no, those are 6 point. Those are 6 points. They give you the 5/8 spark plug socket. You get a 3-inch extension. And then there is room for extra storage, and these sockets were in here. 2 6-point sockets, 15 millimeter and 13 millimeter 6 point. And then 3 12-point sockets. We have a 16, an 18, and a 19. The 16 and the 18 have the top knurling, which you don't see as often. Those are, one's a V-Series and one's a G-Series. The 19 is just the bottom knurl V-Series. On this lot, I paid $46 after fees, shipping, all that included, and there are 46 individual items if you separate everything, so that's $1 a piece. And that's not a bad price to pay for like new sockets, and that is a steal for stuff like the flex head sockets, the ratchets, and we got the cases. So I'd say that was another win. That concludes today's tool haul of the day. But I want to thank you guys for watching, and leave a comment, like, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Would you buy these tools at these prices? I know on eBay I pay more than I do in person. Sometimes I can walk into a garage sale and grab like all of this stuff for like 50, 60 bucks. But I got some really good condition stuff. I normally don't find stuff in garage sales that looks this nice, and you'll never find this much of just Craftsman stuff. And it got shipped to my house. It was easy, and I think there is, even if I were to resell everything, I think there is still plenty of room for profit. Sometimes you can sell these individual sockets on eBay for, at the cheapest, they sell for like $7, $8, and then after shipping you make like $1, so I'd break even on some of these. But on some of the other ones, you'll get $12, $13, $15. It depends on supply and demand of individual sockets. Like the deep 7/8 socket, that might be a $14 socket. I mean, this thing is practically brand new. It's a harder to find socket, and that one, I could make $8 on, even after eBay gets you for the fees and you buy the shipping label and all that. Or I could lot this together and sell it as a set. I could resell the individual sets. Selling the flex heads individually again could be possible, and I could even add another piece or two for my extra bonus Craftsman sockets lying around. I could probably put together the sets. But that concludes today's video. If you guys have extra time, go check out NK Landscaping. I've got a bunch of new content coming out every week over there. Check out patio installations, retaining walls, drainage projects, mini excavator work. We do landscape construction and outdoor renovations and landscaping projects. So check that out if you got the time. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. Bye!